Alright, in this video I want to go over why people shouldn't sweat the small stuff and should really focus on the big stuff with regards to weight loss and overall health in general. Alright, so we're going to cover the big stuff first, and realistically the big three things with regards to your health and your wellness for fat loss are caloric deficit. If you want to lose fat, that matters the most. That you're doing some form of training 3 to 4 days a week, and most important of all, the first two fall apart if you aren't this consistent. Alright, so with regards to fat loss, I've covered this ad nauseum, but you need to be in a caloric deficit. It's 2017 and calories still count. All metrics, all studies, everything shows that all things factored in, calories matter most when it comes to fat loss or weight gain. So that's the first thing, you need to be in a caloric deficit. The easiest way honestly for most people to do that is track your calories. Look, just track your calories, move on, get over it, it's easy to do, it takes no time, track your calories. The second thing then is lifting weights or resistance training, and I'm not saying this because I own a gym, I'm saying this because it's what works. If there was better options than resistance training, believe me, I wouldn't have opened a gym and I would be doing that instead to get healthy and lean. Resistance training basically lets you build muscle or keep the muscle you have, and that means that you keep your metabolism high or where it should be, or you make it higher. Muscle mass is very expensive fuel for your body to run, so it's like a big engine in the car. It needs a lot of calories to keep going. So if you're training and you've got a decent amount of muscle mass, you will burn more calories outside the gym, and of course you'll get all the health benefits from that as well. And so you need to train realistically, look, 3 to 4 days a week is what gets you results. And here's the most important one, consistency. A lot of people think they're being consistent with their diet and they're being consistent with the training, when in reality they're not. If you look at anyone who's had like huge progress in their training or has huge transformations and look at what they've done, they have probably been in the gym 3 days a week for 50 weeks of the year. Even when they go on holiday they might go to the gym, but they're usually in there three times a week at least, training all the time, and they watch their diet all the time. And yes, they have indulgences here and there, but let's just say you've 21 meals a week, that's 3 meals a day. 19 to 20 of those meals for that person who's in great shape are going to be healthy meals for them that get them to their goals. And a lot of people, if they looked at their diet as a whole on that 21 meal spectrum, they'd see that maybe 12, 13 of those meals are, you know, not very good. And they're training, they go hardcore, they go have a bad weekend, so they go hardcore Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then they're burnt out Friday, Saturday, they go out again Saturday night, hardcore weekend, they're tired, they skip the gym then, and then they've lost a week and they've lost another week, and before they know it they're back to square one or worse. They're behind even where they started. So it is a consistency thing, and it is a long-term thing. You need to be able to sustain this forever. Alright, so they're the 3 big ones. And now here are the small things that do matter, but they don't matter as much as people like to think they matter. The first one is supplements. Supplements, as the name says, are to supplement your diet. So they're not anything like that. So for example, if you don't get enough fish oil from your diet, because you don't eat fish, you should probably supplement your diet with fish oil. You don't live in a sunny country, you should probably supplement your diet with vitamin D3. Very simple things like that. However, most people go, what is a supplement that'll help me with fat loss? There isn't any. What's a supplement that'll, you know, help me run faster, move faster? There really isn't any, legal anyway. So people sweat them too much. They're like a small, like, tip of the iceberg thing. They don't really matter long term. The next one is nutrient timing. So a lot of people wonder, when's the best time to eat? And again, that doesn't matter for 99.9% of the population. If you're an athlete, or you have a certain performance aspects, or you need to weigh a certain weight at certain competitions, then yes, nutrient timing or meal timing does matter. But if you're a regular person who just has a 9-to-5 job or whatever that is these days, you don't have to worry about meal timing. As long as you're getting the right amount of calories for your goals, meal timing doesn't matter. And that segues into the next point about how many meals should you have. Should you have 4 meals, 5 meals, 6 meals? Again, that doesn't really matter as long as you're within your calories. Some people prefer to eat, you know, 4 meals a day, some people prefer to eat 2, some people prefer to eat 1 massive meal. As long as you're eating for your goals, again, doesn't really matter. The next one is, which is better, high carb, low carb, high fat, low fat. This is realistically, for most people, up to the person. Some people naturally prefer higher fat diets, which end up being lower carb. Some people naturally prefer higher carb diets, which end up to be low fat. And some people prefer a balance of, you know, moderate fat and moderate carbs. And again, like the two previous points, if it fits within your caloric goals, it doesn't really matter. Alright, it doesn't really matter. For most people, it does not matter, and people sweat and worry about it far too much. The next one is, which is better, long steady state cardio, so going out for a long run, or doing high intensity stuff that you do for like 10 minutes and you're exhausted. Again, personally, I prefer high intensity training, and that's only because I don't like running for hours and burning off calories. This again is subjective. People worry about this too much. If you're only doing this 2 or 3 times a week and you're not worried and you're not preparing to run for a marathon or a half marathon, or you're not preparing for the 100-meter sprint, you shouldn't really sweat this stuff, okay? The main thing is do the one that you enjoy. It burns off some extra calories. Don't worry about it too much and you'll be fine. The last one then is regards to like fasting and things like that, or specific diets. Again, unless you have an illness, like you have a specific illness like celiac disease where you can't have gluten, or you can't eat FODMAP foods because you have irritable bowel syndrome or something like that, or you've been recommended by a dietitian to eat a certain way. Most diets are just simple ways of tricking you into eating less calories for fat loss. That's all they are. So there is no diet that's specifically the best diet. It's subjective to the person and their goals. Me, for example, I love eating meat and I love eating vegetables and I love eating things like that. I don't like fish at all. However, I know people who hate eating meat and love eating fish. I know vegans, vegetarians. Again, as long as your diet is within the parameters for your goals and you're hitting your calories for your goals, it doesn't matter. Alright guys, so there's a video just to help you in regards to worrying about the big stuff and the stuff you should focus on, and the small stuff that people really do get hung up on and waste too much energy on, you should forget about realistically, and it'll all take care of itself. So if you have any questions about what I just said, please ask in the comments below. If you like the video, please like it, and of course if you want to share it, please do, and as always, have a good day.